Hey everybody, Jonathan Rio here with Simplified Guitar. I wanted to take a second to show you how to use the new Transposing Cheat Sheet version 2.0. I've been using the other one and I've been giving that one out to everybody, and I've been using it myself for over a year now, and it's come in really handy, and I hope it's come in handy for you too. But I've also noticed some limitations that it's had after using it for a while and getting some feedback from other people. And so I went back and made some edits and made it even better, and I want to give that to you. So let me go over that with you. So I want to show you how to use it. So I'm going to pull up this is the old Transposing Cheat Sheet, and there were some limitations to it because you know, if we look at it, you know, if we look at like the you know, it was separated into 3 different chord families. So you know, these are the chord families that I teach. We have the G chord family, we have the E chord family, and we have the C chord family. And these are the chord families that I teach beginners to start out with. And so I've separated the Transposing Cheat Sheet in that way, showing people how to, you know, if you want to play in any of these keys right here, all you need to do is put the capo on this particular fret, you know, these here in green, and then you can use the G chord family to play in these keys, right? So that's how the old Transposing Cheat Sheet worked. The problem is if you wanted to play, you know, if you wanted to transpose from the key of, let's say, F right here, like this is the F chord family right here. If you wanted to play in the key of F using the G chord family, or if you wanted to transpose from the key of F to G, you know, so in some cases you don't even want to use a capo, you just want to change the key entirely from F to G, okay, or from G to F. In that case, F doesn't even show up here under the G chord family, so you'd have to figure out, okay, well, here's the G chord family and here's the F chord family, so then you know, you would compare these two. So it was just a little bit more complicated, and visually it was difficult, right? It was difficult to follow with this setup. And so I made some changes, and I hope you like it. So here's the new Transposing Cheat Sheet, and I set it up to where it's visually more understandable. Okay, so we have the entire hold on one second. We have the entire scale, musical scale here, from C all the way up to B. Okay, and then after B it would start back again at the bottom with C. Okay, so you have the entire musical scale in one, you know, all together in ascending order from C to B. Okay, so if you, just like if you were to play it on the piano, if you play piano, you know, you would start, typically C is where you start, and you go up, da 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 da, right? And so this now is set up in ascending order from C all the way up to B. And then, but I wanted to keep those 3 chord families that I teach, you know, C, E, and G. And so I did that, but what I did is I color coded it. So we have C here, you know, as red, and then you have E as green, and then you have G in blue, okay? And so if you want to play, let's say you want to play in the key of D flat, okay, or let's say you're playing a song in C and it's too low for you to sing, well then you can put it up, you know, your capo on the 1st fret, and this is what this here is representing. C1 means capo, or this means key of C with your capo on the 1st fret will be the key you'll be playing in, you know, the key of D flat. So using the C chord family, capo on the 1st fret, you're playing in the key of D flat or C sharp, which is the same thing. D flat and C sharp, same thing. So let's say you're playing in the key of C, you say, oh, this is too low for me to sing, put your capo on the 1st fret, and somebody wants to play with you on the piano or on the bass. Well, you can tell them, well, look, I'm playing in the key of D flat because I have my capo on the 1st fret. Here's the chords that you should be playing, right? If you're playing C, then they need to play C sharp. If you're playing F, then they need to play F sharp, okay? If you're playing A minor 7 or A minor, then they need to play B flat minor, okay? So let me give you another example. So let's say you find a song online in the key of A. you don't want to play it in the key of A because you don't know, maybe that some of those chords are too difficult to play, like C sharp minor or something. You don't want to play that, so you want to play it in the key. You want to play with the G chords, but you still want to have it in the same key because maybe you want to play along with whoever the artist on YouTube or something. So in that case, you can look here, you find the A chord family, and at this point all you got to do is transpose. You say, well look, the closest chord family that I can play is G, right? Here it is. So now you can just transpose. So if they play an A, or if you see A on the chord chart, you just replace it with G. If you see D on the chord chart, you replace it with C, or my variation, C add 9. That's what you'd find if you have my chord family cheat sheet. I teach the variation C add 9, which is basically a C within the G chord family, fits nicely. So anyway, I have the variations that I use right here at the bottom in this little section here. You know, you'll find that in the C and the E chord family as well. Anywhere that I usually teach a variation, I include it here at the bottom of the chord. So and then if they play an E, or you see the E on that chord chart, you can replace it with D and D over F sharp in that variation. So it just makes it a lot more visually understandable. And again, you would be playing this in the G chord family with your capo on the 2nd fret. So you see G2 here. And if you do that, if you play in the G chord family with your capo on the 2nd fret, you'll be in the key of A. All right. So this is just a lot easier to use visually. You know, it's more visually understandable than the previous transposing cheat sheet was. And again, you can use this for transposing for your capo, or you can use it just for transposing from any key to any other key for any reason that you might need to do that. Even if you're not using the guitar, you could use this for the piano or for any instrument or for any combination of instruments. Okay, so this is just a lot more versatile in terms of what you can use it for. It doesn't have as much limitations as the other cheat sheet did, and it's a lot more visually understandable. So I hope it comes in handy for you, and if you have any questions, you can always just ask me in the comments down below or shoot me an email. All right, I hope you enjoy it. Take care.